Hello everybody, it's a guy here, the unknown, and today I want us to look at a couple of beautiful trades that happened. Pay more attention to the most explosive trading strategy for indices. And as always, I love this strategy because mostly your take profit will be hit in less than 15 minutes. And when you enter, because these are explosive trades, you are actually not going to see any drawdown. That is, they won't pull back into your entry or towards your stop loss most of the time. Okay, and if you are wrong, they're gonna close you right away, and that's what we want, because if you are wrong, you don't want to stay long enough to know how wrong you are. Okay, and that is very, very important. So I'm gonna start with US30. Okay, and I will start with yesterday. Okay, I'll actually go on today, and I'll show you a trade I took today. Okay, so guys, as always, our criteria remain the same. Okay, and the first criteria is literally to identify trap volume before the session. Sometimes you won't see this. So if you don't see trap volume before the session, you have to trade with caution, okay? And the main reason why I always identify trap volume before the session is because most of the time they're not going to release the people who are trapped before the session begins, or those who are trapped throughout the day. Okay, and then the second criteria is to wait for the equity opening time. We already know that it's 3:30 South African time and 9:30 US time. You can convert to your own time. Okay, and then we want to identify trap volume during the session. This actually helps us know what the insiders are doing. Okay, as Shabaka said, what we can do is actually we should trade like insiders. Okay, why? Because we know that 90 to 95% of retail guys are losing, and as Peter Brandt said in his book, like markets will cease to exist if they actually start giving people money. Okay, because they have been established to take from each and everybody who is trading from home and give to a small group of people. I believe a group of those who actually own the economies of the world. Okay, so patterns help us identify what they are doing. Okay, and then we wait for the engulfing candle, which is the evidence candle, not any engulfing candle, because the patterns are going to give you many engulfing candles. Okay, so we want to see evidence. Okay, evidence is actually a candle that when it closes, it actually moves away from trap volume. And somebody said I always talk about trap volume. What is trap volume? I'm going to explain that to you. Okay, and then we target 50 pips. These are the criteria, and you all know them, but there's something important here. I've discussed with you three types of trends: creeping trends, explosive trends, and normal trends. And I know most people tend to ignore this, and this is very important, guys. If you know the kind of trend, you're gonna get the easiest trades. Okay, so guys, let's start looking here. So first things first, identify trap volume before the session. By trap volume, okay, we did say that, okay, mostly trap volume is going to be above or below this line. Why? Because indices move well during the US session. Okay, as we all know, the NASDAQ market opens at 9:30 US time and 3:30 South African time. Okay, that's when the bell rings at the US stock exchange. Okay, so trap volume is, as you can see throughout the day, they have been sending people down, people down, people down. Okay, and then they went again and sent traders down. So everybody who fell for this move to the downside is literally trapped. Why? Because these guys are at a negative, more especially when this candle closes. These guys are at a negative. Okay, so these are trapped traders. A trap trader is a trader who took the opposite side of where the market is actually going. Like, they induce you to take to open a trade into a specific direction. Okay, by actually stimulating your emotions, because we know this is an emotional game. So they're gonna do their best to stimulate your emotions and send you into the wrong direction. And immediately when you sell here, you then realize that, oh no, you are trapped. Okay, so everybody who is going down here is literally trapped. Okay, so that is trap volume. People who took the opposite side, who are now feeling the pain because they are losing a lot. Okay, so I hope that actually clears things out for those who actually have question on or questions relating to what is trap traders. Okay, so now that we have identified trap traders, okay, now what we can do is actually mark the candle that opens the session. And from here, I'm gonna go to a 1 minute time frame. And by the way, I'll be looking at NASDAQ, I'll be looking at US30, and I'll be looking at S&P 500, because these are the indices that I trade. Okay, so as you can see, I'm gonna blow things up a little bit for everybody to see. So when you look at this, just by looking at this, okay, Guys, this is important, okay? And you'll understand most of these things when you go and back test. You see, we have the first trend line. You have to actually draw your lines as the market is progressing. Okay, when every candle is printing, you must be able to draw your lines. If it's a head and shoulder, mark it until it is actually invalidated. That's when you can now erase the head and shoulder and see what pattern they're building. Okay, so by literally seeing this, you see, by seeing this, okay, let me just say something like this. Okay, by seeing this, okay, in my recent video I asked you guys what trend did you see in the previous video. Nobody bothered to comment. Then I realized that you guys didn't pay attention to the types of trades, type of trends that I explained to you, and that's the most important knowledge. Okay, because if you look at this one, it really this is the trade I took yesterday. Okay, it didn't really present a beautiful pattern, but we got something like a wedge. But by just having these two trend lines, as you can see, okay, this to me told me this is an explosive kind of trend. Okay, and I literally took this trade over here when it broke out, and 50 pips was hit very quick. Okay, 50 pips was hit very quick in roughly was it 16 or 15 minutes. Okay, my take profit was hit, and I told you I don't care how many pips it goes forward, because for me I want 50 pips each and every day. So this was my 50 pips, and even if I am to employ the moving average, let me show you the moving average, you will see that okay, it aligns with this move. Okay, so you see they give you the first trend line, okay, and then they give you a creeping trend. I showed you these things. Okay, this is nothing new to you, and as you can see, this is a creeping trend, a small wedge. Okay, and now they've broken out of the wedge. Okay, so this was an explosive trend by itself. It was an explosive trend. Okay, explosive trend. Okay, unfortunately I think most people are not paying attention to the things that I'm saying, because I make long videos and you say I talk too much. Guys, every little detail that I'm giving you is important. Okay, is important, or else I wouldn't bother saying it. Okay, that's why I told you that you won't learn everything in one video. Okay, you have to put in the work. You see, this on its own was the most easiest trade on the day. Okay, when you see two trend lines at different levels, 2 to 3 trend lines on different levels, that's an explosive trend. Okay, even as this trade progressed, you can see again. Okay, for those who missed the first one, I didn't take this one, I only took one. Okay, this was another trade. Why? Because this is an explosive kind of trend. Okay, so once you understand the kind of trends, I believe you're gonna get the best trades. But I know most of you are not paying close attention. Okay, but I did explain different kind of trends. So this was a giveaway. This was the most easiest trade, and by the way, they also gave you a pattern. And now let's go to S&P 500. Okay, we are starting on yesterday. I will come to today, okay, and show you a trade. Actually today I took a loss. Okay, I took a loss. So when you look at this one, it didn't really show where volume was trapped. That's why yesterday I avoided this one. Okay, it didn't really show where volume was trapped. Okay, so I did tell you that out of this criteria, okay, if you don't see the first criteria, you can still trade, but you must trade with caution. Okay, I did mention that. So if you look at this one, okay, they went up, sending people up, and right before the session they took people down and they opened in the middle. When they open in the middle like this, you can't really point where trade volume is, so you trade with caution. Okay, now the next step is actually to identify where the session began. However, we all know that most of the days indices are going to be correlated, even though there are days when they are not really correlated. Okay, so by just looking at this, okay, let me show you something that I saw yesterday, that I really saw yesterday, but I didn't actually bother taking it. Okay, this again is an explosive kind of trade. Okay, it's an explosive kind of trade. Okay, and if you look at something like this, this is where we got something like a wedge. You see, we got something like a wedge. Okay, it wasn't the most clearest kind of patterns, but yes, okay, and it gave us something like a rectangle. Okay, and that's where it broke out with 2 candles, and then maybe people took it here. But for me, it wasn't the best, because I told you on the day I'm looking for the best kind of trade. Okay, but for those who maybe have taken it, it did deliver very, very well, okay, because the patterns were there. As you can see, this candle also aligns with what, with the EMA, and this is an engulfing candle. So everybody who went down is literally trapped. And if you were looking at US30, then you could have seen the correlations, okay. So these are the small things that matters. These are the small things that matters, okay. So if you didn't take it here, this candle here presented something that we call an explosive kind of trend, because even if you were to draw these trend lines again, they're still at different levels. So this is an explosive trend again, okay. And most of the days explosive trends are not gonna fail, okay. Although nothing is perfect, but if it's an explosive trend, maybe 9 out of 10 are gonna give the results, and maybe 1 out of 10 is actually gonna fail. So you don't mind if you take one loss. Like today I took a loss, and I'll show you, okay. Explosive trend. So guys, pay close attention to every single detail I share with you, because yes, I know I take a lot, but the problem is most of you don't even want to read books, okay. If you were reading books, it was going to be a little bit better, okay. Now when we go to NASDAQ was a little bit better yesterday, okay. Let's look at trap volume, okay. Let's look at trap volume. Oh, sorry guys, I always mark my charts. Okay, where was yesterday? Okay, here was yesterday. Tricky again, same as on S&P 500. They sent people up and then they went down right before the session opened. So this one was a little bit tricky because it opened at the middle, okay. It was a little bit tricky. However, one thing that I liked is the fact that we got the correlations yesterday, but this one was a little bit better. Let's go to a 1 minute time frame, okay. I just want to show you something which, oh sorry guys, sorry, I just want to be a little bit quick, okay, because these days I don't want to make long videos, since yeah, you know, okay. But every single information I share with you guys, it's important. Maybe because I make long videos, you get exhausted, and I understand. You see, we got a very beautiful wedge yesterday, okay. Trap volume before the session is it was a little bit tricky, because they sent people up, and then they came and sent people down. So we must trade with caution on the day, okay. So guys, this is a pattern, okay. Some people, I think somebody commented and said they don't understand trap volume, more especially when it comes to patterns. Guys, if it's a W, okay, or a double bottom or a triple top, they will trap one side, okay. But that's not important. The most important thing is when they leave, when they give what we call, this candle is going to show you where they are going, okay, because sometimes they will trap up and down. So when they are trapping up and down, I know we don't know where they're going to go, but this evidence candle is what will help us, okay. So guys, don't confuse yourself, and again, please don't waste a lot of bullets here, okay, because this doesn't matter. This is just going nowhere. It's trapping, okay. As you can see, they literally broke out a little bit, and then they pull back, okay. And that's when, after pulling back, they actually engulfed, okay. So this one presented something a little bit better, but let me show you, okay. Let me show you. You see, this was the most beautiful trade. I'm gonna take the bodies here, okay. So as you can see, when they broke down, they didn't really give a nice evidence candle, okay, until when they came back, and that's when they gave this nice evidence candle. And again, let's take into consideration what we are taking into consideration, what we actually call the correlations. And if we were to employ the EMA, you'll see that this move actually correlates, okay. It correlates. They send people down, but it correlates, okay. This is a wedge, and that's when they break away with an explosive evidence candle. This is not an evidence candle, okay. This is an evidence candle. Patience, even though they hit your target a little bit later, but again, they gave you something. Again, this is an explosive trade. Trend line and trend line on a different level. This is gonna explode, okay. So yesterday they gave easy trades, okay. Easy trades, okay, even though I took one, okay. Yesterday they gave the most beautiful trades. Why? Because they gave you an explosive trend. And sometimes because you don't want to learn all these things. You want the easier stuff, just to identify the pattern during the session, and that's what is important to you. You're gonna actually counter trend explosive trends. I wouldn't counter trend explosive trend, because you saw we got an explosive trend on US30, we got an explosive trend on S&P 500, and now on this one, they gave the explosive late, but you don't want to counter trend because the correlations are there and the patterns are here. Okay, so stop taking trades inside the pattern. Make sure you wait and see the pattern, then wait for them to actually give an evidence that moves away from trade volume. These are indices. 50 pips shouldn't be a hassle. Okay, and let me just show you the trade that I lost today was actually on NASDAQ. Okay, it was on NASDAQ. Guys, there's one thing I've said too many times on my videos. Okay, from the very first time I started recording videos, I told you that if we have non-form and news like formic, these are the most explosive news, and what they're gonna do is they are mostly gonna consolidate or just hold one level, or else pull you into a direction so that they can punish later during the news. I've said this countless times. Okay, for those who have been watching this channel and following this channel, I believe you have heard this numerous times. Okay, so even today I did expect that. Okay, I did expect that. Okay, so look at what they did. The whole day they were just consolidating, but I took a trade somewhere here. Okay, first of all, I took a trade here because they were just consolidating on the level. Okay, and when they broke up here, even the EMA actually confirmed this with me. Okay, the EMA literally confirmed, and I took this candle. Okay, and they didn't really materialize, they didn't go all the way. Okay, but this is a trade I took, and it went in my direction for roughly 20 pips, and they came and closed me, and that's when I knew that okay, I'm actually facing a market that might be held at the same level so that they punish during the news. So I repeat this. Somebody's going to come and say we didn't talk about this. Okay. When we have news like formic news or non-form, mostly they are going to hold the levels. Go back and do your back test. You will realize this. Okay. Mostly when we have news like non-form, they are going to hold this level. Okay. They're going to hold the level, or else pull you in one direction so that they can punish later. Remember, news like formic news are crazy, and I don't really like them for various reasons. Okay, I'm coming to this. Okay, as you can see the calendar, sorry guys, it was literally today. You see, we had news at 8 p.m. South African time, we had news at 8:30. Obviously they were not gonna actually give you a beautiful trade during the day. Why? Because they are reserving everything for this time. Okay, this is not rocket science, this is something you should know. Okay, when we have news like non-form, remember, like these news have already been priced 2 days ago, so the trade has already happened, the orders have already been placed, the insiders have the news. Okay, so the only thing they're waiting for is the time so that literally they can just and when it comes to formic, guys, there's something I hate about formic news. I don't want to lie. When this person is talking, okay, you can watch them live on YouTube. Every time there's formic news, they will be live. When this guy is talking, if he says interest rate is going to rise, prices will react. If he says interest rate is going to decline, prices will react. Remember, they've already priced these things in. Okay, they've already taken the trades, they're just waiting for the time. Okay, so that's literally a trick that most traders don't know. That's why insiders have an advantage over us. Okay, and that's why I don't like news. So whenever you're trying to trade formic news, you must understand economics, or else whenever this guy is talking, he's gonna blow your account. Okay, and guys, there are people who are struggling with patterns. Today I'm gonna actually ask you to do one thing. Guys, get this book and read it, please. Okay, all the patterns you need are here, all the psychology, the explanations of the patterns. I can never explain patterns enough. The patterns you need are in this book. Okay, just screenshot it. You can get it on Amazon, wherever you can get it. Just get this book. Okay, it's important. Okay, and then another book that I recommended to you is this one. Guys, get these books. Okay, they are important, they will help you. All the patterns you need are here, and we all know Peter Branded, and we all love Peter Branded. Let me tell you something. This is the same book as this one. It's just that they've been written by different people. Okay, let's go to page 27. This one was written by Peter Branded, as you can see, forwarded by Peter Branded. And I want to show you something, guys. Let's go to page 27. Okay, page 27. You see, forwarded by Peter Branded. It is this book. It's just that Peter Branded decided to rewrite it. Okay, look at what thing I want to tell you. Okay, to put it bluntly, this is Peter Branded. Okay, we all know how good he is. He's one of the best traders in the world. Listen, this is what Peter Branded had to say. To put it bluntly, I owe the success of my career as a market speculator to Richard W. Schabacker and the book you are now reading. Okay, so if Peter Branded says he owes his success to this book, why can't you just go grab it and read it? Okay, guys, if you buy it, you are making the least investment. This is going to benefit you. The problem is, unfortunately, I'm going to say this, and it's true. Okay, I've had a lot of people, more especially here in South Africa, and the young guys, they keep on saying, okay, Instagram guys, they keep on saying, hey, you are going to school, we are trading, we make more than doctors make, hey, school is not important. That's where the problem is. One thing they won't tell you is that they are not real traders. Most of the guys you see on Instagram are not real traders. They are marketers. Okay, unfortunately, that's true. Okay, you can argue as much as you want, I don't care, but it's true. So when they say education is not important, hey, guys are spending a time at school, we are just trading and making it. Firstly, you don't know that they are marketers. Okay, and they don't make their money on the market. Okay, I will tell you this: education is highly important. If it wasn't important, banks wouldn't be winning today. Institutions hire professionals. Okay, most institutions hire people who have been to school and who are qualified to be traders. Okay, we all know that, guys. And why does the statistics say 90 to 95% of retail guys are failing on the market? That is true. Statistics doesn't lie, and market have been doing that for so long, for decades and decades and decades. Even today, 90 to 95% of retail guys are failing. You know why? Because pressing the buy and the sell button is so easy. But guys, learning, go and read, please. That's what I can ask you. Okay, I'm not gonna lie to you and tell you this is easy, blah blah blah. No, go and read and understand the patterns. If you're still struggling with patterns, trade volume, get one of these books. Okay, you'll understand all the patterns. They will explain them in detail. Okay, and that's when you backtest, you will see that everything falls into place. Okay, this is a very beautiful book. I have shown you many patterns from this book already. Peter Branded himself is saying he owes his success to Richard W. Schabacker. To who? To Richard W. Schabacker. This book was written way before I was born, but even today, it's one of the best, and it's regarded the real Bible of technical analysis. Even people like Paul Tudor Jones, Warren Buffett also mentioned that he read this book. People like George Soros, those people have read these books, okay? Not once, but more than twice. But us retail guys, we just want to learn everything on YouTube. We want to learn everything from, guys, it's not going to work, okay? If you want to be a trader, put in the work. I will repeat this. If you want to be a trader, please go and put in the work, okay? Please go and put in the work. Peter Branded actually said a good thing. We all start at the same place. That's what he said. If you read this book further, you will realize that he said we all start at the same place. Okay, and that is actually from the bottom. Okay, so everybody started from the bottom, but they did their sacrifice. They read, guys. They literally read. So guys, please go and put in the work, and you will see that everything will fall into place. Everything will work accordingly. Okay, and today I told you I took a loss, but I also took one beautiful trade. I took a trade actually on GUSD, the pound dollar. Okay, I took this trade and I took 50 pips. Okay, I was kicked out during the news even though it was still going up. And just to share with you as to why I actually chose this one, let's see, where is it? GUSD. Okay, GUSD, right? Yes, I took this trade. If you look at it carefully, you will realize that this trade has been going down. Okay, it has literally been going down. Okay, and all of a sudden, what did it do? Okay, it has been going down. Let's see, it has been going down, and today, yesterday actually it went down and actually came back. This to me was like a day one. Why? Because even though they didn't close above this opening price, but they went all the way down and came back to the inside, as you can see. So this to me was a day one, and obviously they gave something like a 3 session setup, even though it's not really a 3 session setup, okay? But just look at it. I was expecting a day two continuation today, okay? And that's literally what they gave, okay? But now they've gone way too far beyond my take profit. So this is a trade I took today, and it was a beautiful, beautiful trade, because I was literally expecting it to come back to the high of the day, and I just took the engulf, okay? I took the engulf. Actually, I took it on a smaller time frame, but I took an engulf on this one, and this was one of the most beautiful trades. Day two continuations. I haven't abandoned this kind of a trades. I'm still focusing on them, guys. Okay, I took it on this candle here, as you can see. It was already broken, so I don't want to catch trades from the bottom. I want a trade that's already in motion, and of course they held the level the whole day, but yes, they went up already, and that was a very beautiful, beautiful trade for me. Okay, so guys, I really appreciate you. Have a beautiful night, but please, 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 one thing I'm asking you: get a book, get any of this book. Okay, get any of this book. You can get this one, or else you can get this one of Magi, any version. Okay, it could be an earlier version, a later version. You can get any version. Okay, please, please, please make this initial investment. It's gonna help you big time, because whenever you are looking at a chart, some people will see, okay, they see pattern, they see an engulf, and they're gonna say, it's not working. Guys, I told you, what type of trend is it? Okay, there's a lot of things running through my mind. Okay, that's why sometimes I share with you patterns that you've never seen. You'll never see them until you read these books. All the patterns you'll need, some patterns will just surprise you when you see them, and I see them happening on the charts day in, day out. Okay, please read these books. Okay, that I'm begging you, go and read these books, guys. I really want you to become profitable. We are in it to win it. Therefore, we must make the initial investment. You can't learn everything on YouTube, okay? You have to put in some work, okay? You have to put in some work. This is not like uh what do we call it? Whereby like somebody gives you everything on a silver platter. We can't do that, okay? Because the markets are just what they are. Please go and put in the work, okay? Thank you, guys. I appreciate you.